If you have been making soap and it has never turned out good, try and work with this formula I'm making today. I'll be showing you how to make bar soap, making use of only 2 important ingredients. So many people come to my DM or even in my comment section and ask me, can I make this soap without calcium carbonate? Can I make the bar soap without sodium sulfate? Can I make the soap without sodium silicate? Will it be hard? Will I still have a hard bar? Will the soap be foaming? Will the soap still look nice? Why can't I just make it with oil? Why can't I? I've received a lot and lots of this question, and that is why I'm making this video, to actually show you of how you can make your soap using 2 basic components, which is the oil and then our lye solution. So stay tuned and see how it goes. Meanwhile, the soap lathers perfectly. You can see how the soap looks like just after 6 hours of production. And you know, the more the soap stays, the more the soap cures, and the more the soap foams. That's why we cure our cold process bar soaps. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for not going anywhere. So like I said, I'll be teaching you how to make soap with just 2 components. So I'll be making use of palm kernel oil and then my lye solution. These are the 2 major ingredients when you are talking about soap, because a soap is formed when oil and lye solution is mixed together, and then there will be a chemical reaction known as saponification, which releases heat into the atmosphere, known as an exothermic reaction, to actually form soap. The quantities of the ingredients I'll be using will be stated on the screen. For how you calculate your lye solution, I know so many people find it difficult to know the actual amount of caustic soda that is being used. Some persons call it lye, some persons call it caustic soda, some persons call it sodium hydroxide. You need to take the saponification value of palm kernel oil, of the oil you are working with. For my own case, I'm working with palm kernel oil, and the sap value for palm kernel oil is 0.178, and then I'm working with a quantity of 250 grams. So once you multiply the 250 grams multiplied by the 178, you have 44.5 grams. 44.5 grams is the quantity of caustic soda I'm supposed to measure. And then for the water, you can just do a 1:3 ratio. So for each 1 part of caustic soda, you need 3 parts of water. So for the 44.5 grams of caustic soda multiplied by 3, you have 133.5. So that will give you the water quantity. You dissolve. If you want to use it quickly, make use of very chilled water. If you want to make use of it the next day, you can as well soak it in the night before making use of it. Just note that if you are dealing with cold process way of making bar soap, that the lye solution must actually be cold for you to make use of it. If you are talking about semi-hot process, it's a different ballgame altogether, where you need to make sure that the temperature of your soaping materials, which is your oil and your lye, should be elevated above normal. So once you are done, after mixing it, you can see me, I just poured in my lye solution into the oil. Nothing else. This is a very simple way of making soap. For those who have not tried making bar soap before, this is a beginner friendly recipe for you to work with. You can just do this in your house and test run it and see how it comes out. You'll be very happy with yourself after making this. You can give it out to your friends to try out for you. You can also use it yourself, but be sure to cure a cold process soap for at least up to 1 week before making use of it. I'm using the nylon to cover the surface, actually to smoothen out the surface, and also to prevent soda ash from forming on the surface of the soap. Soda ash on soap is actually a different topic on its own. It's actually caused by the reaction of caustic soda react with carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. When sodium hydroxide chemically reacts with carbon dioxide, it liberates sodium carbonate, which is the soda ash that people talk about, that is they see on the surface of their soap. Like I said, it's a different topic on its own. On another time, I'll try and discuss that with you guys and how you can actually prevent it from happening on your soap. So you can see I didn't have any whitish stuff on the surface of the soap, just like some persons do complain. I'm seeing some whitish stuff, soda ash and the rest of them. The soap is just there, neat, sound, very hard bar, perfect bar. This is a very quality standard bar soap, And this particular soap won't actually finish on time, even though I made use of only palm kernel oil. Do you know why? I have more oil than water. Any soap formulation that has more oil than water will tend to last longer compared to other hot process or profit recipes that the opposites may be the case. So you can see how firm the soap is, how sound the soap is. If you didn't get the calculations very well, you can actually go back and see the beginning part. I stated very well the quantities I used, how I calculated it, and it can be applied to other types of oils. All you need to do is just to go on your Google and search for saponification values of every oil, or for the particular oil you are making use of. Let's say you want to make use of palm oil, or you want to make use of olive oil. There is this chart online you can always download about saponification values of oils, of different oils, or you can search them one by one and calculate for the caustic soda quantity of your soap. I hope before you finish watching this video you actually know how to calculate for your caustic soda, and this is a major problem in the world of soap production for people. Thank you. Please give this video a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe to my channel. After watching this video, you actually learned something from it. Please subscribe to my channel so that you not miss more.